I went on the Yellowstone trip, which you can find in a previous video. And there was a part of me that was terrified. I was terrified I was going to get there, I was going to have an episode, I was going to have to go to the hospital in the middle of nowhere, I was going to have to get airlifted, so many things. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to walk. I was afraid I was going to slow my family down. There were fears out the wazoo. But I also wanted to go, and I wanted to have fun. And so instead of going, you guys can go on without me, I said, you know what, screw it, I'm going. I'm going to bring my wheelchair, and if I have to use the wheelchair, I'll use the wheelchair. And if I don't use it, cool. But I'm going to do everything I'm going to do, and I'm going to go and look at that geyser, I'm going to go pet that bison. Don't do that, but you know what I mean. I ended up going snowmobiling for the first time in my entire life, and I loved it. And I was a speed demon with a death wish, and I am probably just happy that I didn't die on that trip. But I had a blast, and I got to make so many memories with my family, and I got to do everything I wanted to do, and I did it. I did well enough to go on a hike, and I was able to go snowboarding and all of this stuff. But if I let myself be so afraid that I wasn't gonna go, I would have never realized I could do any of those things. I would have never realized I love snowboarding. Snowboarding? Snowmobiling. I would have never realized I could snowmobile. I would have never realized I could have gone on that hike, which I thought previously was impossible. I never would have realized that I could walk around that park. I would have never made all of those memories with my family because I would have been too afraid. So, fear of the unknown, fear of change, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear itself is so prevalent in people with chronic illness because we have so many reasons to be afraid. We're afraid of our lives not working out the way that we wanted to. We're afraid of our limitations. We're afraid of money. We're afraid of whatever the case may be. There's plenty of things to be afraid of. But there's also plenty of things that we can still do despite being chronically ill. We can still be happy. We can still live a successful life. We can still find someone to love and to hold until death do us part. We can still have kids. Whether it's your neighbor's kid and you just love them to death and you're the crazy aunt, or if you adopt, or if you get a surrogate, or if you just have a kid on the weekends that you rent. There are so many options now. And there are so many ways to live life, You are still able to travel. There's so much stuff you can still do when you're chronically ill. But if you let fear control you and you let fear isolate you to the point of being paralyzed, it is the ultimate isolation. Where to go from here? There's a lot of things about chronic illness that is going to be isolating no matter what anyone does or anyone says to us, because we really are that good at tearing ourselves down. The point is that yes, being chronically ill is not for sissies. It is hard, it is difficult, it is scary, it is isolating, but it's not all it is. There is still a lot of good things that have happened to me because of my experiences. I have grown as a person. I like myself more than I ever did before I was diagnosed, because I would tear myself down for all the things that I couldn't do, not realizing I was operating with one hand tied behind my back. I was so frustrated because I would work so hard and I wouldn't get the results that I wanted, and I was convinced I was stupid because I would work so hard at a class and I would spend hours studying and I couldn't understand why I just didn't get it. So I thought I was stupid. I thought I was stupid. I thought I was incapable of doing the things that I wanted to do in my life. I was terrified I would not be able to do those things because I just couldn't get it. Knowing what I know now, I am astonished I did as well as I did. I'm surprised I got the grades that I got with what I had going. Being diagnosed and getting treated, I know what I'm working with, so I'm a lot more lenient on myself. And I know more what my specs are, so I can use myself, both mentally and physically, to the best of my ability, because I know what I'm working with now. And because I know what's going on with my body, it's not as much of an unknown, and it's not so scary. And you can start to realize that some things are expected. And knowing that you are reliably unreliable can actually be really freeing, because you're like, okay, well, apparently today is just not going to work. I'll just do it tomorrow. So being diagnosed made it to where I knew there was nothing wrong with me. I wasn't stupid. I was just having some health issues, and understandably so. There was no possible way I was going to be able to do the things I wanted to do at the point that I was at. And because of all of my life experience and all the things I've gone through, both painful and not, both scary and not, I'm more confident because I have gone through stuff and I know this, which means I understand that I'm going to get through whatever is ahead of me. I've gotten through that, and I'm going to get through this too. And I've been able to give that confidence to other people. There's no way I would be talking to a camera and talking to people from all over the world. I get people from Canada watching. I had people from Germany watching. I had someone from Austria watching at some point. There's no way that I could stand here and tell you, you're gonna get through it, because I got through it. And it sucks, but you're gonna do good and keep going. I would have never been able to tell you that 2 years ago. Today, I can. So, although being chronically ill isn't the best thing to work with, in some ways I'm better off because of the things I've gone through. And I am more human because of my experiences, and I can relate to people in ways they never thought I could. I can talk to patients and say, it sucks. I know because I've done it. And they believe me because I have done it. And I can say, yeah, it sucks, but it's worth it. And you're gonna live, and you're gonna get through it. And that life experience has helped me and has helped other people. So, yes, chronic illness is isolating. But yes, there are some things we can do to make it a little less isolating. Both you can do it, your family, your friends, your boyfriend, whoever. You can do this. And even though you feel alone, you're not. I'm the only person in my area that I know of that has what I have. However, this is a big world, and there are group messages, and there are meeting groups, and there are websites and blogs and YouTube videos out the wazoo of other people that have the chronic illness that you do. So networking has been one of the best things for me, because I am the only person that I know who has what I have. Being able to go on those group chats, being able to go on those YouTube videos, going on those blogs makes you feel so much less alone. Because you can say, oh my gosh, they get it. Because they do. So an important part of not feeling isolated as someone with chronic illness is seeking out other people who have similar issues. And I watch 2 different people on YouTube who have been incredibly influential in my life and those are Chronically Jackie. And the Fry Life. The Fry Life is about a woman who has cystic fibrosis. Definitely not what I got going on. But her life experience and her advice and the way she lives her life is influential, because I can go, you know what? She's right. She may not have exactly what I have, but she gets chronic illness. She gets being tired. She gets good days. She gets bad days. She gets having miscommunication with family and friends. Seeking out other people who have similar issues, similar problems, similar frustrations can make you feel so much less alone. So, that's all I gotta say. Lots to say. Always more to say. Ask if you have any questions, or if you need clarification, or if you need a little bit of a backstory. And I will see you in the next video.